China built the biggest floating photovoltaic power plant on the water by installing 600,000 solar panels there for $890 million. The power plant is a cooperative development model of fishing and electricity generating and has a yearly capacity of 600 million kilowatt hours. So, you might be curious to know about this insane $700 million megaproject that feeds the whole USA, right? Well, in this video, we're gonna talk about that in detail. In addition to providing the neighboring locals with the electricity they need, the solar panel's ability to capture solar energy to produce electricity and the ability to raise a lot of fish underneath the solar panels helps the local villagers' income by reviving aquaculture. The road to China's green and low-carbon growth is the expansion of renewable energy projects. 1.4 billion people are living in China. They don't have to be concerned about a power outage even in heat. Incredibly, Chinese power costs are just 8 cents per kilowatt hour compared to the hefty rates that Europeans must pay. You did hear that correctly. In contrast to the current price of 0.7 euros per kilowatt hour in Europe, their power bill is just $0.08. The fact that China's power bill is almost 10 times less expensive than Europe's should startle the whole continent, and all of them may be attributed to China's extensive network of power plants. Why then does Europe not pursue the robust development of solar photovoltaic power plants? Let's first examine the massive Chinese power plant. In Shandong, China, a large floating photovoltaic power plant will start producing energy in 2022. The solar power plant, which has an area of more than 7,000 MU, has a total of 81 matrices, each of which is made up of more than 8,000 photovoltaic panels, for a total of more than 600,000 photovoltaic panels. Each year, it can produce 600 million kilowatt hours of power. The construction of the power plant may help China achieve its aim of having zero carbon emissions by saving 168 pounds of coal locally and reducing carbon dioxide emissions by as much as 453,000 tons. The water photovoltaic power plant offers various benefits, including 8,000 square feet of building land savings, a decrease in water evaporation, and increased economic benefits. To establish a new energy comprehensive demonstration-based project, China has coupled the power plant with wind power. This program has revived rural economic growth and allowed tens of thousands of farmers to live better, more stable lives without having to leave their hometowns. China has enough energy, but during the last 20 years, industrial expansion has reached a peak, which has made coal power production more prevalent. This type of energy production has increased urban haze and added significantly to environmental pollution. China committed to working towards achieving carbon neutrality by 2060, after the United States Climate Group recommended that China can achieve zero emissions of carbon dioxide by that year. China has easily surpassed 400 million kilowatts of grid-connected solar power generating capacity in recent years, holding the top spot globally for 9 straight years. Although photovoltaics were originally developed by French scientists in 1839 and empowered extensively only during the 2 oil crises of the 1970s, Europe has failed to develop renewable energy. Severe environmentalism and a lack of human resources are now barriers to the growth of renewable energy in Europe, especially in Greenland. Developers are only left with a small number of factories, abandoned mine shafts, and other previously utilized property since the European Union mandates that solar power plants be constructed on already industrialized land rather than new ones. The government holds that the natural environment cannot be harmed, whereas environmentalists think that renewable energy should be promoted extensively. This has hampered the country's adoption of renewable energy, creating a power crisis. America sanctions gas was expensively exported to Europe by both Russia and the US. Winter has now arrived as a result of energy constraints in many European nations. Europe must figure out a method to make environmental protection and renewable energy projects thrive together and establish a win-win scenario to tackle the power crisis. The One Belt, One Road power station project, which China suggested, has alleviated the issue of power shortages in many areas and raised people's standards of living. China has now constructed solar power plants that can be found in Egypt, Africa, Qatar, Malaysia, and many other nations. Building solar photovoltaic power plants may take a nation a year or a half, but the wait is worthwhile. What are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and remember to subscribe if you like this video, and turn on the notification bell to follow our activities. We'll see you in our next video. Until then, peace.